Top 10 shocking Prince Harry lies that ruined Meghan Markle. Number 10, profiting off the family. Even though they aren't going to be making money as working members of the royal family, the couple has found other ways to collect their coins. Along with their highly controversial Netflix docuseries and the memoir Harry released, the couple has most definitely found their sweet spot when it comes to content the audience will pay for. Their production company, Archwell Productions, signed the $100 million deal to make the Netflix series, as well as a $25 million deal with Spotify, where Meg hosts a podcast and discusses real-life issues with celebrities. Even though they weren't paid for the interview they had done with Oprah, it cost the royal family their reputation. Meghan and Harry chose to expose the royals in this CBS special, where allegations of racism were brought up, unfair treatment towards Meghan, and even how they were cut off financially by the royals after stepping back from their responsibilities. And as juicy as the memoir is, Harry does not seem to hold back his distaste for the relation the royals have with the British media. Harry even insinuated that the relation the royals have with the press has dictated a lot of kinds of attention and headlines they've had, calling them an extended arm of PR for over 30 years. Number 9, twisting the truth. The couple claims to have given up a lot to start a whole new life, but did they? So far, most things they have been doing involve the fact that they haven't given up some aspects of the life they were once living. For one, the title of Harry and Meghan's foundation caused some royal drama because they were told they were no longer allowed to use Royal Sussexes, but then they eventually came to an agreement that the title will be revised after the spring of 2020. Other ways it just doesn't seem that the couple has let go completely is by the fact that they are profiting off the grief they experienced from the royals and sharing it with people in different forums, like the series, interviews, and even Harry's memoir, Spare. The controversial memoir was released earlier this year and made many people question Harry's intentions. Highly sensitive information about family members is being exploited, which obviously had not been discussed with family members before. And the memoir just seems like a stab in the back of his family, which isn't a good look for Harry or Meghan, who have come out more than once saying the family never supported them and how their staff was never looking out for them either. Number 8, stripped of titles. Harry was stripped of his military titles, spending a lot of his life serving in the military, to losing the title passed on to him from his grandfather, Prince Philip. Another role he no longer will be serving in is as Commodore-in-Chief for small ships and diving in the Royal Navy. So now their reputation's damaged. They don't have the support of a lot of people in the UK, and after their docuseries, Americans also feel a way about this couple. So it really does sound like they keep digging themselves a deeper hole. Number 7, Megxit. The couple negotiated their exit as senior working members of the royal family, which was an unprecedented move that sent shockwaves through Britain. The late Queen admitted that the family would have preferred them to remain full-time working members of the royal family, but still respect and understand their wish to live a more independent life as a family. The move was dubbed Megxit, the use of her name rather than a collective term for the two of them, which was interpreted by some as Meg being the instigator, despite it being highly publicized that it was a mutual decision. Harry even explained how the term Megxit is a misogynistic term that was created by a troll, amplified by royal correspondence, and grew into mainstream media. Some may take it as a joke, but obviously Harry doesn't play about his wifey. Number 6, exposing the royals. Harry was pretty close to his mom, the late Princess Diana, and even dedicated the memoir to her. Within the book, he talks about when he went back to the tunnel where the fatal car crash happened and admitted it wasn't the closure he was hoping for. Harry is quoted as saying he rode past the Ritz where his mother had dinner that night and then through the tunnel along the Seine River at the Pont de l'Alma Bridge, where the car carrying Diana crashed in August 1997. Apparently, he'd asked his driver to go at 65 miles per hour, which was the exact speed her car had supposedly been driving, according to police at the time of the crash. I'd always imagined the tunnel as some treacherous passageway, inherently dangerous, but it was just a short, simple, no-frills tunnel, Harry says, before adding that there was no reason anyone should ever pass away inside that tunnel. Is Harry insinuating something? Is he shading someone? Let me know what you guys think. Harry got real in the book, which is interesting to see, especially since the royals are known to keep the skeletons in the closet. But clearly, he got that trait from his mom, who didn't seem to care about hiding certain things other members would. Number 5, unforgivable lies. Some people believe Harry and Meghan should be stripped of their titles for telling these unforgivable lies, despite aspects of his own book being called into question. The couple has also been accused of hypocrisy. Their actions have been pretty problematic in the past couple of years. On to number 4, controversy. When his bombshell TV and podcast interviews dropped, creating a lot of controversy, Harry had to return to the UK to reunite with his family, which he only did twice. The first reunion took place in April when the Duke of Sussex flew to London to attend Prince Philip's funeral. His second trip was when he participated in the unveiling of the statue in honor of his late mother, Princess Diana. Both times there was a lot of tension between Harry and the royal family, and many who were obviously upset and angry over the fact that Harry and Meghan were publicly dissing the monarchy for the past year. Number 3, ex-girlfriend. It's pretty common knowledge that Prince Harry had a seriously wild past, so it's not surprising that Harry has quite a few ex-girlfriends. One of the lucky ladies rumored to be on that list is actress Jenna Coleman. Apparently, Prince Harry and his wife Meghan bumped into Coleman during a trip to Amsterdam in 2018, and by all reports, the encounter was seriously awkward. A witness to the event told Vanity Fair what happened. It seems that the royal couple and Coleman were seated in the same room for breakfast, and the source explained how Harry and Markle had to walk straight past Coleman's table to reach their seats. It was pretty awkward, and some of the other guests were commenting on it, the witness revealed. Jenna looked down while Harry looked straight ahead, while Meghan didn't seem to notice. The source went on to stress that Harry looked uncomfy throughout the entire meal. Apparently Coleman got up and left pretty quickly afterwards. Clearly she could feel the tension too. And speaking of number 2, pregnancy scandals, all those times she was grilled for cradling her pregnant belly. Can we all agree that sometimes the internet is just a hot dumpster fire? People spent months criticizing Meghan for how often she touched her pregnant belly. We're not going to expand further on this because it's truly vile and unwarranted criticism that unfortunately came from women as much as it did from men. As so often happens with famous women, fans and trolls alike feel they treat a celebrity's body as if it's their own. So when Meghan's pregnancy began to be more noticeable, a conspiracy theory that she was using a prosthetic belly gained traction online. Truthers used hashtags like moonbump and Megxit as a bat signal of sorts to spread the completely unfounded theory that Meghan and Harry were using a surrogate and hiding the whole thing from the public. Meghan admitted no one was looking out for her. She broke the internet when she admitted in an interview while on tour that she was still really struggling to be under so much scrutiny as a new mom. And finally, number 1, unconscious bias versus racism. One particular part of Prince Harry's interview with ITV journalist Tom Bradby about his tell-all memoir Spare, his marriage, and his separation from the royal family stood out. Bradby said that Harry had said that some of his family members were racist, but Harry firmly shook his head. He said the two things are different between racism and unconscious bias. He continued by arguing that if the offender was made aware of their bias and they did nothing about it, it could develop into racism. There has been a lot of debate surrounding Harry and Bradby's exchange. People have questioned with good reason whether Harry's family members were really unaware of their own biases, whether it mattered, and whether their views could be separated from racism in op-eds on television and on Twitter. Racism occurs when someone displays racial bias, whether they are aware of it or not. However, merely highlighting unconscious bias will not eliminate racism. Instead, challenging the systems and institutions that have made racism common sense is what anti-racism means. Harry does not place the claim that members of his family have unconscious bias in the larger context of institutional racism when he makes it. When we take into consideration who exactly he's referring to, this becomes even more concerning. That is all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time on The Rich Life.